Are you enjoying the Mindset Playground? Well, smash that share button and send it to all of your friends and family because you never know who needs to hear the messages that we have. And visit my website at louannehunt.ca for the full schedule of the Mindset Playground. And don't forget to follow me on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and TikTok. I can't wait to see you on the Mindset Playground. Recording in progress. Hey everyone, welcome to the Mindset Playground, where you're going to get your daily dose of positivity. And I'm your host, LouAnne Hunt. And I'm so excited that you've joined me today on the playground because I have a really great show. Now, picture this. What if the very thing that you've been taught to hide, like your sensitivity, is actually your greatest source of power? Well, that's what we're going to talk about and explore with my guest today, Alyssa. How are you doing, Alyssa? Welcome to the Mindset Playground.
I am fabulous. I am so excited to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, I'm excited to have you here. So, what is it? I know that you coach
Mhm.
women and, well, probably men too, if it comes up,
Yep,
but
the occasional man. Yep.
the occasional man. And that's okay. That's really great.
Absolutely.
And, but let's talk about what led you up to this coaching program or this coaching business that you are doing. Where did you start out?
Oh, that is such a great question, right? So, looking back, I realize I've helped, assisted, cheerleaded, coached people my entire life. I'm that person who, when you're in the line at the grocery store, someone ends up telling you their life story and they're having a really hard day, and you kind of help them through it just by holding that space and compassion. And that's happened to me my entire life. So, I'm on this journey, like a lot of us, healing, growing, learning, expanding. And through these years of learning and gathering tools and realizing that I have this power that I can help others, about 5 or 6 years ago, it really was sort of a, oh, shoot. Okay, my next thing is to be helping other women go through, and a few men go through and navigate and feel better about the things that are coming up in their lives that can be healed and we can let go of so much that we really didn't know that we could let go of. So it's been a realization for me. I never ever saw myself as a business owner. Um, Never. It just really was like, okay, this is my next path. This is my next purpose, and I will do it to the best of my ability as long as I can. And it fills me with joy and fulfillment. And so it feels really aligned, like, all right, this is what I'm meant to be doing now. But it kind of came out of nowhere for me, just really in the last 5 years.
Wow. So let's go back to previously 5 years
Yeah.
and let's talk about that moment when you had to pivot or that emotional moment when you were faced with now what?
Oh, gosh, yes. So our life takes turns, right? And I stayed home and raised my girls, and they were in high school and getting older, and I knew they were going to go off and fly, and that was the whole point of it. And I just started to look around, and I was like, where am I in my life? I don't see myself in my life. It has been dedicated to others by choice, and I am really good at that, but I gave too much of it away. And so I just started this process of, okay, what do I want to build? What do I want to create for me? That we know when we create for ourselves, it positively impacts those around us. But I didn't want it to be, okay, now what can I do to create so that it's for my family, so that it's for my community? It's like, what can I create for me? And then I just started building from there.
Wow, that's a great story. And
Thanks.
you've completely transitioned into the person that you are today.
Yeah, I feel like I always, we have these big breakthroughs, right? And I find myself saying, oh, I'm a new completely new person. And I have to stop myself. It's like, no, I am more of myself. Like every time we go through these transitions, we're peeling back the layers and we're just getting to that core that is who we really are. And so I feel like every, step I take, every new pivot or journey, it's like I'm more of myself. I'm more of myself. And that's what allows it to be easier and more fun and lighter and faster and more joyful. So,
And so once you found that joy, you just wanted to spread it to everyone else.
yes, I do. I'm always sharing things with people like, oh my gosh, have you heard this or read this? And God bless them. They're very patient with me, my family. I do. I just want women and any men who want to come along for the journey to find that spot in themselves where it's where that true power lies, and they know they can do it. They know they can figure it out. They know they can find the right resources. They know they can change their lives in the direction that they want them to go. So, more abundance, more joy, more love, more health. It can be done. And once people connect to that, then those outside help and resources appear to make the journey even easier and even quicker and more joyful. So, I really want to share this, kind of help people remember their true power, really, right? Because we've all got it in us and it gets a little buried with life. Life has got stuff, and that's why we're here, to experience these things. And sometimes we just need a little help reminding us, like someone, a friend saying, "Hey, you've got this," or just someone to come along and help you remember who you are and the power that you really do have to create the life you want.
Wow, that's great. And so let me ask you this. So you made that decision, you decided this is what you were going to do.
Yeah.
What did you do in the beginning to start out? How did you start out? What were some of
Oh,
the things?
like becoming, like starting a coaching business.
Mm-hmm.
Man, has it been a learning curve. I had not taken a business class in my entire life. Like college, high school, I mean, so, they've changed the education system since then, thank heavens. So, part of it is I really didn't know what I didn't know, which might have helped me. I don't know if I would have started it had I realized everything I didn't know. But it's just, kind of during the pandemic, our family, me really, everything was so unknown. And it was, I mean, humans and myself, I am not good with the unknown. I'm like, if you could just tell me what's going to happen in the next 5 years, that would really be helpful. Thanks. So it was a one day at a time. And sometimes it was 1 hour at a time. So with my business, it's like, okay, I have, I did a lot of learning and I, paid coaches and I watched webinars and I took courses and joined programs. And a lot of it was really helpful. And I just took one day at a time. And then at some point, I realized these people are so good at what they do, it isn't necessarily aligned with who I am and the business I want to create. So, somewhere I felt that pivot, and it really was about taking my power back. So, I was giving my power to these experts who are so smart and who are successful, but not all of their actions were aligned for me. So, it was where that sort of that switch flipped for me, and I'm like, okay, I could see why it was so hard because that wasn't aligned for me, and why it took forever and wasn't working because that wasn't the step for me. Now I have more discernment and I can usually tell, okay, that's brilliant. That's not for me. Or, ooh, this lights me up immediately. I'm going to try this. So we're still on a one day at a time, but I can feel the momentum and the ease that comes with choosing from my aligned core instead of going with what other people felt like was best for me, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes great sense. Now, you talk about reclaiming personal power and alignment. So what does that actually look like in this
Yeah.
real life for the women that you work with? Oh, and of course, the men
That
or
is such a
guys.
great question. It's a great question, and it is different for everybody. But it's funny. I have this picture of a bike, a bicycle. And so, have you ever seen a child riding a bike down a hill and their arms and legs are flailing, right? They're having so much fun. They're going high speed, but that bike is out of control, right? I mean, they they might end up on the grass. They might end up, hopefully they don't get hurt. But so that is when your power and your energy is all over the place, you don't really have control of the bike. Now, control's not a word I usually use, but we're just going to use it for the bike. So imagine, like a professional racer. They're centered, they're literally balanced and centered on that bike. They're moving in one direction. Their arms and legs are, under control and they're in and they can control their speed and they can control the direction that the bike goes. They can choose if they go left or right. They have the resilience and the tenacity to get up that hill. And when they go down the hill on the other side, they're not losing control. So I feel like bringing your energy and your power back into you, if that makes sense, is the great place to start. If you are taking action from there, then you are empowered. When we are scattered, and it's easy to happen, overwhelmed, the world is coming at us. We're on that bike and we're flailing and we're just trying to make it down the hill or down the street without crashing. Our power is just flying all over the place. So it's just really about bringing it back in, dropping it down, and then choosing or taking action from that place.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, that's great. That was a great explanation
Thanks.
and very visual, which is wonderful.
I'm very visual. This is how I see
Yes.
this work and energy, and yeah, so hopefully it's kind of fun.
Yeah, I like that. And I think I'm like you as well. I not only can see it, but I can feel it, and the energy is just flowing.
Yes. Good. Good.
Yes,
That's awesome.
absolutely. So your sensitivity was once something that felt heavy, but later became your greatest gift. So what shifted for you? How did that happen?
That is a great question. It's happened over years and years. I spent most of my life really sensitive to everything. I mean, not just people, but just physical, mental, emotional, smells and sunlight and touch and temperature and other people's energies and emotions and feelings. And so I didn't really know what was going on, but all the time I was absorbing other people's stuff. I felt it when someone was mad. I cried when someone was sad. How you can walk into a room and you can feel that people have been arguing or something has happened. That's that energy. I was just taking on everybody's everything because I didn't know any better. I didn't know any different. And I wanted to help. And I often did. Then they walked off feeling better. And I felt like someone had punched me in the stomach. So I've come to understand it. I have a practitioner I work with who calls it the rain barrel. So my rain barrel was full of other people's thoughts, energies, emotions, worries, and all of this other gunk that wasn't mine. And so that's why it felt heavy. That's what causes our health challenges and our, mental health and our anxiety and our worry because this rain barrel is full of other people's crap and some
Mm.
of our own, definitely. So once you can learn, there are all sorts of different tools to start to empty your own rain barrel. You're just more resilient to other people's stuff, right? You learn how to keep their energy out and keep your energy in. And so it really becomes this superpower because now I have agency and I have autonomy and I have sovereignty in my own energy. Now I can really go help clients and people and my family and friends around me because I am sensitive. I know what they're feeling without taking it on. So I have more power to help them and then I can help them understand. And that's why I do this boundaries work. I can help them understand you don't have to take on other people's stuff in order to help them. In fact, everybody benefits when we keep our own energy to ourselves and keep other people's out because we all can be more in our power and we can all be more effective. So, does that answer the question?
Oh, of course. So this is an interesting question that I have. Do you do anything in particular or specific exercises to keep yourself grounded like that? Is there anything in particular that is your go-to?
That is such a great question. And yes, I have an energetic hygiene routine that I do every morning. And throughout the day when have had a conversation or an interaction or when I get off with clients, I make sure to clear my energy and I clear theirs for them. So, there are some easy ways to do it. Mostly it's about intention. And if you can, just kind of visualize it, right? And not everybody can, and that's okay. Don't panic. Some people feel it, some people can see it, some people can sense it. So, one of the things I have a kind of a quick exercise that I will take people through. It's about putting a grounding cord on you, which just means wrapping, if you a belt or a scarf or whatever you want to picture, wrapping it around your like your lower one, two chakras, like your pelvis area, and sending it down into the earth, and then plugging it in and turning it on. So there's your grounding cord. You are connected to Mother Earth, who is the source of all abundance. And then if you want to picture like thousands of feet in the air, like this golden light that comes down, and it comes all the way down and it comes into your crown chakra, comes in the top of your head, and it fills your entire body with light, and then it goes down into the earth. And that actually helps heal Mother Earth. And then if you go back to the core, your torso, you can kind of picture where the grounding cord comes up and the golden light comes down and it meets. And then from that place, expand out as wide as you want or as close as you want to your body. We have an energy field that can go out 10 feet around us all the way. So if you fill your own energy field with that connected divine energy, it's a safety bubble. Like create your bubble and you can fill it with sparkles, unicorns, feather pillows, whatever you want to put in there. But this is your safe space, and with the intention of keeping others out and keeping yourself in so that you're in your power and you're grounded and you feel safe and you can go into the world and do the things you want to do. So that's just one 3-step process that I will take clients through if they need, to feel safe or just need to feel like they're in their own space as they go through the day.
Wow, that's amazing. So here's my suggestion, and maybe you already have it. I would strongly suggest that you do that exact exercise and create a guided meditation that you can attach to your website so that we can download it and enjoy that.
Thank you for that encouragement. I have recorded it and it is on my list to create as a free gift. So it's not ready for today, but it will be ready soon. So thank you so much for
Oh, I
that
love
nudge.
that.
So you are completely correct. Thank you, LouAnne.
Yes, so I'm in tune. That's why.
Okay, you
I
are.
do.
You are.
I absolutely love chakra work.
Oh,
And I used to teach yoga classes, and of course, yoga, meditation, chakra work. I did a
mhm,
lot of that. So, for somebody who is listening and not sure
mhm.
just exactly what chakras are, I'm sure many
Oh,
people have heard the term, but they're not sure. Let's go
great
through the
question.
chakras.
So there's a lot of different ways to explain it. And I actually have a package that is works through those lower chakras and heals them. So what they are is they're energy centers that develop starting before you're born, and then as you get a little older, they sort of fill in and develop one by one. So those first lower four chakras are really about the physical body. So they're about safety. And so the first chakra has to do with money, just really your basic needs, feeling safe, feeling supported, and that's where your money troubles come in. And I do a lot of work with people. Yeah, if their abundance just is not where they want it to be. And so you go up to the second chakra, and it's about your creative power and sexuality. And I mean, literally, women grow babies in the second chakra. So but it doesn't have to be about children. It's just creating something and putting it out into the world. And the third chakra is in your solar plexus, and it's your place of power, right? It's about setting those boundaries, and it's about feeling safe. And then that moves up into your heart. The fourth chakra is really the place where the grounded chakras meet the higher chakras. So the heart space is about, relationships and connection and love, and it really matches those together. Then the fifth chakra is the throat chakra, um, using your voice. It's about hearing and being heard. It's about speaking and being listened to, your expression. And then you've got your third eye, which is your intuition. Like you said, you're tuned in. It's where you can get that information from your higher self or the divine, whatever you want to call it, or your unconscious. It just helps and guides you. So when that's turned on and healthy, man, life is easier, right? You just know if you should turn left or right. And then the crown chakra is really that connection to the divine, where, and again, there are more. There's, under the earth, there's all sorts of other chakras that I don't know as much about, but they have developed as we've grown. And Eastern medicine and science has known about them, like with your yoga for years and years and years and years. And Western medicine is actually starting to um, register them and write about them and acknowledge them. So really, it is where science meets the energetics. So if someone has a really challenging time setting a boundary, it might be a third chakra, it just needs healing and it can be healed. If someone just works and works and works and works and the money just, they can't pay their bills, it can be they maybe require a healing from, childhood or, early times when that first chakra is developing. So it really is, for me, it's information that helps me understand, okay, I'm all about peeling back the layers. It's like, okay, what's really going on under here? And once you heal it, it's amazing the things that can shift so quickly and change your life for the better.
Wow, that was a great explanation
Good. Oh, good.
and good job.
Thanks. Thanks. Whew, okay. I'm glad that was helpful.
Not that I was being a teacher or
Yeah.
anything, I'm just like testing you.
I
But
love it.
anyway, I
I
love
love it.
talking about chakras
I
and
do too.
about
I do too.
all things, from the inside out. And that's why I love this podcast because I'm
Mm,
hoping that this is good for all of the things from the inside out. And
I
I
love
just
it.
love the guests that I have on here because they're all about that, every one of them. And you just did a great job.
Oh, thank you.
So, if a woman listening today feels, or a man, we should say,
Mm-hmm.
feels exhausted and overwhelmed
Mm,
and disconnected from themselves,
yeah.
what is one gentle but powerful first step that they can take to start coming back home to who they really are?
Mm. This is such a great question because there's so much advice out there. There's so many voices. There's so many I coulds or I shoulds or you should be doing this. And that
Mm,
really just piles on, right? So, what I would say is find your joy. If you can find it in your own home, in a favorite book of poetry that you haven't opened in a while, or, we all hear about the bubble bath, but it is completely valid. If stepping outside under your favorite tree just gives you a moment of peace and calm and joy, the more we tune into our joy, the more we are connecting with our true self, and that will help everything else sort of break up. So think of when you're, having a rough day or things are just, you're frustrated, you're scrunchy, things aren't going well, and somebody makes you laugh, and suddenly everything is okay. You know it'll be fine. You're gonna work it out. So that's just a moment of joy. So anything, whether it's a hobby that you used to do, something that you've always wanted to try, but it doesn't have to be big or expensive or time consuming. For clients, sometimes when I'm feel like I've lost my joy, I go to the library or a bookstore and I just look at the spines of the nonfiction or just what pops out at me. Oh, do I want to start, embroidering? or making soap, or, do I want to read about gardening, or even reading about it, or even I like to flip through those big coffee table books about art. I flip through, I pick up a Van Gogh, and I just anything that gives you the moment of a moment that lights you up will start to be a light in the heaviness. So just follow that path.
Oh, that is great. Great, great advice.
Make it easy.
So, yes. Now, the question that I have for you
Okay.
is I know that you were involved in a collaborative project working with some other coaches in
Yes.
writing a book. So, can
Yes.
we talk about this book?
We can. And I meant to grab my copy about it, but I forgot. Yes, so
That's okay.
it is called The Power of Coaching, and it is the second edition. And it's with nine, I think 10 with
The
uh
publisher, yeah.
yeah, the publisher, thank you, the collaborator, women who have had struggle, have had challenges, have had things happen, have had life, and they've persevered and they've been persistent and they've come out the other side um, really more aware, more compassionate, and most of them, all of them have become coaches in one kind or another. So in there, one of the things I talk about is the power of having a coach is you're here and you want to get here, and a coach can help you get there faster, easier, and with more joy, right? Like when I have a client, I am their biggest cheerleader. Like I am their support, I am their safe place to land. I create this safe space. There is zero judgment. There is zero criticism. It's just whatever happens, happens, and we go with it and we help to heal it. So, the beauty of a coach and the right coach, right? Coaches aren't for everyone, but the beauty of a right coach, either if it's for your money or for your business or for your family life or for your health, they support you along the way so that you don't feel alone. We're in this together, and it's just such a more joyful journey. So that is what the Power of Coaching Volume 2 is about. It was just a really fun collaborative effort, and we ended up having a summit. And I mean, it was so great to learn from these other women who have gone through such amazing experiences.
Well, that's great. Now, can I just ask you how you feel overall about being involved? And I'm going to get to the reason why I'm asking you this. How you felt being involved in a collaborative project rather than writing your own book.
Well, that's a good question. I think it speaks to we are all in this together.
Yeah.
Especially as women and any men who want to join us, we thrive on community and connection, and some of us are figuring out how to do this new way of life for the first time. And I know you help people with that same thing. It's like, oh my gosh, there's a pivot. I've never been an empty nester before. I don't know how to do this. I've never been a divorced woman. I don't know how to do this. I've never started my own business. I don't know how to do this. I don't want that to stop us. So the collaborative book, just like our lives are becoming more collaborative, right? More cooperative, um, is just really a microcosm of how we're doing this new thing called life, right? Especially as women, and especially now when we need each other more than ever. So it was fun, and I learned so much.
Absolutely. I know. We actually just had our latest collaborative book. It was posted up
Congratulations.
on a billboard in Times Square,
Oh,
which just this week, actually. And I have to say that I've had many people ask me about collaborative books. Why a collaborative book? And
hmm.
here are my reasons. The biggest reason of all is the people that you meet, the
Yes.
other writers in the book. I mean, you would never meet these people
Right,
without a project like that.
right.
And like you said, what you learn. what you are an expert in may
Hmm.
be a little different than what I'm an expert in, but the two of us together in one book could be that changing
Mm.
factor, for
Oh,
somebody who's looking for an answer for something.
I love
And it's all in one book. They don't have
that.
to go through 50 different books, they can just get it in one book. And I just love that. Plus, the fact that, it gets out there a lot better as far as marketing goes. Like, let's
Yep.
face it, trying to market your own book. And,
Right.
but yeah,
Got
and it
10
goes
people doing it or 12 or yep,
right.
absolutely. Yeah.
Plus, it goes worldwide. Like, we've
Hmm.
had writers, I've done 4 collaborative books now.
Oh,
And
wow.
we've had writers from, oh my goodness, you name it, from Greece and
Wow.
Spain and Germany
Mm.
and UK and, like all over the world that I would never have met, if I
Oh.
wasn't writing in a collaborative book. And that
Well,
means more to me than
hmm.
anything. And I know
Mm.
that a lot of people ask that question, why a collaborative book? Would you do another one?
Absolutely. Well, and first, congratulations to you. That
Oh, thank
is
you.
fantastic. And you talk about these world connections. It's like, how many more people are we reaching, right? Who just maybe need that kind word or that aha or that feeling that they're not alone. So that is amazing. And absolutely, I am all about cooperation over competition. We're in this together and I feel supported and I love supporting others. So absolutely, absolutely, I would do it. And just, I love how you can see your expertise with another expertise pairing to really be the thing that this person needs, right?
Yeah.
Everything that comes together is meant to be, right? So that is an amazing way to look at that. I love that.
So I just want to add to that that if there is anybody listening to this podcast and you're thinking, well, I should write a book, first of all, don't say should, right? There are no shoulds. But if you're
Yep.
thinking about writing a book, I
Mhm.
would strongly recommend that you find out of anybody
Mhm.
that is writing a collaborative book and start off with that
It's a great
rather
place to
than
start.
writing your own
Mhm.
book, which is great. Don't get me wrong. It's
Mhm.
absolutely amazing if
Mhm.
you can write a book. But some people, it actually scares them to the point where they start looking into it and then they just say, "Well, I can't do this." With a collaborative book, you can do it because if you're not sure, guess what? The next person will help you.
You've got support. I love that.
Yeah,
It's like the one step at a time. If it's overwhelming, if it's going to stop you, then find another path. It doesn't mean it's a step back. It means it's just a different path. And maybe one day it will be a solo, or maybe it won't. Maybe you'll do 15 collaboratives. It's find what feels light for you now and doable. Don't let it stop you. Take the step anyway, because the world needs what you have to offer, right? To you, to your listeners. The world needs you. You are the only version of you that's ever going to be put on this planet, ever, in the past and in the future. And so if you're not you and do the things that you're meant to do, the world misses out. And that is a lack and that is a sadness. So go out there and be you and do you because we need it. We want to hear it.
for sure. Wow, this has
Definitely
been a great conversation.
loved it.
So, before I end all of my calls, I always ask my guests for 3 golden nuggets that you can leave the audience with.
Ooh, 3 golden nuggets. Okay. I might have said these things already. I would say number one, definitely you're not alone. You're not alone. Um, Even if you feel alone, that's okay. Feel your feelings. And then call a friend,
Yeah,
call a support, or reach out, right? Find the website, download, make a call, connect call with someone. You're not alone. Number two is you can do it. I mean, it is the Nike slogan. It's the just do it. But without that force and that push, it's like you can create the life that you love. You might need a little help along the way, but you can do it. Ooh, and the third nugget. I guess it would be that the more of you can be, the more everyone benefits. You benefit, your family benefits, your community benefits. So even if it's just 5 minutes a day of being more you, even if that's all it is, the entire world benefits. So you're not alone. You can do it and just be you.
Yeah, I love that. That's great. Those are some great golden nuggets.
Thanks. Whew, thanks. Okay.
So, Alyssa, I'm going to put all of your information in the description below in
Yes,
this podcast, and so that people can get in touch with you and they can download a
please do.
copy of your free lead magnet, which is
Hmm.
really great. I did that. They
Oh,
can
good. Thank you.
check out your blog and all
Mhm.
of your information. And it has been my pleasure interviewing you today on the Mindset Playground.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here, and I wish your listeners a blessed day.
This has been the Mindset Playground with host LouAnne Hunt. Tune in each week for another daily dose of positivity right here on the Mindset Playground.